Climate change is the defining issue of our time, and we are at a defining moment. From shifting weather patterns that threaten food production to rising sea levels that increase the risk of catastrophic flooding, the impacts of climate change are global in scope and unprecedented in scale. In a study funded by Tata Consumer Products with Tea Research Association and Ethical Tea Partnership, the report concluded that tea-growing regions in Assam are likely to be severely impacted as a result of the changing climate by 2050 if urgent adaptation measures are not adopted.
Certain things, like in Upper Assam, we never dreamed of having irrigation system. Now this garden, you see, this is the heart of the Upper Assam belt and this area. So never felt about the scarcity of rain and water, moisture and everything. But now he has to organize irrigation system. For last 3-4 years, this irrigation system will be finding everywhere in this part of us, actually India.
Tata Consumer supports the implementation of sustainable agricultural practices through Rainforest Alliance and Trust Tea programs. The farmers are trained at farmer field schools in the tea sourcing areas, supported by implementation partners with local field staff. Some of the climate change adaptation practices in associate plantation companies include reduction in tillage, soil cover management, use of clean technologies, use of green manures, use of biopesticides, planting trees and other perennial vegetation, and rainwater harvesting. As an adaptation measure, Tata Coffee, a subsidiary of Tata Consumer, is one of the largest integrated coffee cultivation and processing companies in the world. It has identified the water catchment areas through a GPS survey and built large storage reservoirs of over 110 hectares with a capacity to store over 2 billion liters of water. Tata Coffee Plantations also hosts 3,000 native species of flora and nearly 500 native species of animals. Coffee is intercropped with other crops like pepper, oranges, and areca nuts. The forests are an enormous source of carbon sink and sequester close to 171,000 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent per annum. In the Western Ghats of India, Kanandevan Hill Plantations, an associate plantation company, is conserving and replanting naturally degraded evergreen rainforests called sholas, leading to a revival of native species of trees. In Assam, adjoining Kaziranga National Park, is the Hathikuli Tea Estate, owned by Amalgamated Plantations. In 2007, Hathikuli Tea Estate was converted into an organic tea estate to preserve the natural habitat of the rhinos and replace the use of toxic chemicals and fertilizers with organic manures and biopesticides. The climate change strategy of Tata Consumer reallocates resources from high-carbon activities to low-carbon ones, such as energy efficiency, process efficiency, emissions reduction, and renewable energy. In India, several tea packaging factories and the Himalayan water factory in Paonta Sahib have installed solar photovoltaic plants, whereas Eaglescliffe in UK sources solar energy externally and has installed a biomass boiler to reduce the carbon footprint. The company has low-carbon products, such as the Himalayan water, which is certified carbon neutral, by Natural Capital Partners for the U.S. market. Tata Consumers engages with the reputed British Standards Institution, BSI, for the measurement and monitoring of its greenhouse gas emissions in over 70 different sites globally, and uses an SAP-based sustainability performance management system for managing environmental data. The efforts of the company have paid off, and it has been able to decouple business growth from greenhouse gas emissions with a reduction of emissions by 26% between 2010 to 2020 in the beverages business. The company is developing a climate-resilient supply chain through its strong capabilities in governance, data, and process. The $96 trillion investor assets-backed CDP, or Carbon Disclosure Project, has recognized Tata Consumer as one of the 6 companies in India rated as climate change rising stars of the CDP India 2019. The CDP scores have implications for the Bombay Stock Exchange Carbon X Index, which tracks the performance of companies based on their commitment to incorporating climate change risk and opportunity. By integrating climate change into company strategy, Tata Consumer has gained greater operational efficiencies and cost savings, a more robust risk management process, and enhanced sustainability credentials.